Hi everyone, and welcome to the 10,000 subscribers special where I answer your questions. Any question, as long as it doesn't get me arrested or audited by the CRA. I'm probably going to put it somewhere here, so I'll move to the side to have my laptop set up. I'm going to be reading the questions, then trying to look at the camera to answer them. One comment, I've been seeing a lot of people, I've been getting a notification that someone, let's say Bob, sent me a comment, then I'll try to find the comment and it disappeared. So I'm not deleting any comment. I never delete any comments. For some reason, either you delete them or YouTube, if you post too many comments, YouTube will censor them. So if you posted a comment, you can't find it or I don't answer, post it again or post it on another video and I will answer. I try to answer everyone's questions, everyone's comments. So getting right into it. Starting with Scott. Shout out to Scott. Congrats, man. You deserve all the success you've achieved. I see this channel growing a whole lot more. I hope so. Thanks for, that's not a question. Thanks for the comment. I've been gaining 10 subs a day no matter what I do. If I release 3 videos a week or 1 video a week or skip a week, 10 subs a day, no matter what, I'm hoping to grow this channel a little more. Investing Sensei, congrats man, you're so close. Here are 2 questions for it. What has been your worst investment and what lessons did you learn from it and that you think all of us should at least be aware of? I'm gonna say BlackBerry and Workhorse have been my worst investment. I think I'm down $10,000 on BlackBerry, $10,000 on Workhorse. With BlackBerry, when the whole AMC GameStop thing happened, when it was shooting up, I bought at $18. Right now it's like $8. Big mistake when you fear, I thought it would go up more. What people should learn from it, if something has already gone up 10 times, you probably, and it's at its like all-time high, you probably shouldn't buy in because it's already gone up, you missed the boat. If something's gone up 10 times, what are the chances it will go up double again or 10 times more? Not likely. Don't invest out of FOMO. That's what I did. Invest in fundamentals. Invest in Apple, invest in Tesla, invest in things you understand. I didn't understand BlackBerry. I just jumped in. Workhorse, I don't mind holding on to it for now. I do think it'll come back. Down $10,000, not a big deal. Lenovis, your Shakepay account experiences. I've actually really liked Shakepay. I've had 42 accounts set up. So every time someone sets up an account, I get a referral bonus. 42 accounts. I'm very happy everyone's been using my code. I like Shakepay. I've tested transferring my friends' money. I've tested transferring them crypto, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. Everything has worked. I've had no issues with it so far. I like that you can transfer without fees. That's why I use it. I'm going to be doing another review. Now that Binance is leaving, I'll be doing another review on a different Canadian crypto company. Ulan Khalid, congrats, all the best for you. My question is about Manulife MFC with a PE of 7. I've been buying lately. What's your opinion on this company? I've reviewed and recommended Manulife last year. I will be doing another review shortly. I do like the dividend. I do think it's safe. I do think it's stable. You won't get much capital appreciation with Manulife, but I do think it is a stable and consistent dividend with minor growth, which is what I think dividend investors should be aiming for. Dr. Nefarious, do you trade options on Questrade? And if so, how do you feel about the commission fees? Yes, I only trade options on Questrade. I hate the commission fees. I have the active trader package that I get for free. So my trades are $5, which is still a lot. I'm waiting for either Wealthsimple to come out with commission-free trades or Tasty Trade or Tasty Works to come to Canada. They're aiming 2022, so I hope that happens. They have a $1 commission. Sid B, real estate versus options. Which one is better suited for investing? Real estate limits to GTA only. I will say, oh man, real estate in my mind makes more money, but it's not very liquid. You can't get your cash out. Real estate versus options. Which one is better suited for investing? It depends. If you can do a 10-year hold, I would do real estate. You know, like my real estate investments, I'm cash flow positive on all of them, but that's because I bought 10 years ago. Real estate, you could put 5% down and the bank will give you 95%. You can't do the same with like options investing or stock investing. I think real estate. But if you need the cash, I don't know. It's just not liquid. When you want to cash out on real estate, it might take 2-3 months to sell and get your cash, then pay taxes on it. It just depends. Pauline, my question, what do you think of EIT.UN and JEPI for icon and growth? I think that we're supposed to say dividend. So I don't know what JEPI is. I will look into it and then answer your question. But EIT, Canoe, Exchange Income Fund. They've been paying a good dividend for a long time. The yield is high, like 10%. But if you look at what that yield is, it is return of capital. For some reason, the past 2 years, so obviously what their investments are, the past 2 years, the fund hasn't been making money. They've been return of capital. When they pay you a dividend, they're paying back the money that you gave them, that you invested in them. So they haven't missed a dividend, since 2008. They've been going strong. The dividend yield is high, but eventually, if they don't make money on their investments, if the S&P 500 dips again, they might have to cut their dividend. I don't know how stable it is right now. I have invested it in the past and I got out. I sold in January of 2021 once I saw how high the payout ratio was and once I saw that their dividends are return of capital. They're not actually making money. HP, awesome. Will be there is no time. Any thoughts on split share funds? There's some very attractive dividend yields, but are they worth it? So I'm going to say split share funds. I don't think they're worth it. A lot of them are return of capital. A lot of them cut their dividends and they miss dividend payments. They're not stable. Don't chase the yield. Chase something with fundamentals. I think anything above 7-8% is too high. You could find some REITs that pay 7-8%. If it pays 10% or higher, expect a dividend cut. Don't chase the dividend. That's short-term gain, long-term pain. If you look at Slate Office and Slate Retail, I believe both those funds, both those REITs cut their dividends once they were at 11-12%. They cut them by 50%. So you lost the dividend and the shares went down a lot as well. So don't chase high yields. Try to chase good fundamentals with the yield being a bonus. Pauline, again, what are your thoughts on Tesla? And for those whose RSP is maxed out, what are pros and cons for holding it in a TFSA? I own 100 shares. So I have a 2-year option on Tesla. I indirectly own 100 shares. I think Tesla will go up over the long term. It is a buy and hold. For those whose RSP is maxed out, I think it's best to hold it in a TFSA because any gains you will get, and I do think it'll go up 100%. I do think any gains you'll get will be tax-free. Ideally, hold it in a TFSA. My recommendation, even though you didn't ask, max out your TFSA first and then RRSP. It is better, in my opinion, in the long term. Kevin Bruiner, congratulations on approaching 10,000 subscribers. Thank you. Question, what is your opinion on investing in DF.TO, Dividend 15 Split Corp 2? So people have asked me this in the past. I looked up this Dividend Split Corp. They've missed dividends in the past. They missed a lot because the yield is so high. I don't recommend investing in it. They will cut their dividend. They will miss payments. There are better options for you. So the yield looks like, I'll take a look. It might be 13-14%. Let me take a look. I'll send you a reply based on what the yield is right now. And I'll send you a link to where you can see their distributions and how many they've missed. I don't recommend it. Yield is high right now. Short-term gain, long-term pain. I think I said that correctly. Adrian, what's up, Adrian? What are some metrics you generally look for when interested in buying shares of a company, and how do these metrics differ from sector to sector? So I know you've been asking me to do a video on analyzing a company, and it's like a 45-minute video. So right now, my biggest thing, obviously do some research on the management, but if you don't have time, look at the financial statements. So balance sheet, income statement. Make sure they have like a good current asset ratio. Look at their income. Look for trends like increasing income. My biggest thing, obviously that's dumb for me to say because that's something like they teach you in accounting 101. Obviously, increasing income is good, but there are some things you should look out for in their income statement. Like for REITs, I told you income statement doesn't mean that much because they have this like fair value gain. So they don't make money on the fair value of their properties. So they create something called FFO, which is funds from operations. Then they create something called AFFO, adjusted funds from operations. There's also ACFO, adjusted cash flow from operations. So how much cash does a business produce? I think cash is the best indicator. So if you're looking at a different sector, like Northland Power, they're a utilities company. They don't have FFO. They have something similar called FCF, free cash flow. That's how much cash they make from running their operations. Most important thing, if a company has like positive net income, but they're hemorrhaging cash, they won't last much longer without constant cash infusions, which is not good. So I like cash. Stefano Lucchini, I hope I'm saying that correctly. I'm assuming you're Italian, Lucchini. How many countries did you visit in your life? All the comments, questions are only about investing. Cool. This is something personal. I started traveling at like 26. I started traveling late because I was investing more. I wanted to buy a house and I wanted to invest young so that the compounding is there. So I want to say 15 countries, but when I travel, I like to spend 3-4 weeks in a country. So I spent 3 weeks in Spain, 4 weeks in Australia, 4 weeks in Thailand. Where else did I go? I think I did 10 days in the UAE, 10 days in Hong Kong, and little parts of China. But yeah, not many places. I don't like to go to one city. Like I had a friend who went to Sydney and said she went to Australia. But no, you went to a city, you didn't go to the country. So I like to spend 3-4 weeks in a country, see as much of it as I can. Slobberknocker, thoughts on investing with leverage? I've always thought about it, but never pulled the trigger. I'm thinking about testing out with the smallish account with blue chip stocks with dividends will cover the interest rate, where the stock will hopefully grow up a bit as well. Have you ever invested with leverage, stocks to recommend, or things to watch out for? Congrats, and here's to another 10,000 subs. Thank you, Slobberknocker. I think the only way to make money is using other people's money. I like investing. I like the idea of investing with leverage. I haven't done it myself. I dip into margin sometimes, but if you can get a line of credit that has like 3% interest, anything 4 or 5 is too much. So the idea is you need to make more after tax than what your interest rate is. So if you can make 5% and your interest is 3%, that 5%, if you pay tax on it, it might go to 3. So you'll be breaking even. If the stocks go up, that's good. So you're pretty much getting the leverage for free and then the stocks are going up. But make sure if you do have interest that your dividends, that your income is at least covering it after tax. That's what people don't think about. If you make over $125,000 a year, your income tax are 50%. So if you make 8% gains and you make above $125,000, you probably have to cut that down to 4% after tax. So keep that in mind. Akil K. Butt, thanks for all the info you have shared on your YouTube channel and the transparency that you have done with it. It really helps immensely for beginners like me to understand and learn from all your successful and failed option trades. Question, what is your long-term strategy with options? What I mean is, do you see it as another income stream or do you plan to do it full-time? Do you have a goal in mind for account size and so on? Okay, a lot to digest there. Thanks for the kind words. I'm trying to be as transparent as possible. I tell you guys everything. I show you guys everything. What is my long-term strategy with options? I want to do options full-time. I love it. It is not just another income stream. I'm trying to build up the account. My goal is $1 million. So I have 550,000 right now. I want to get it to $1 million. I think I can retire safely on $1 million. Do I plan to do it full time? Yeah, I love it. I really enjoy it. Yeah. Saad Ali. Question, went from accounting to realtor to real estate investor to options trader. What do you see yourself doing next? I do like doing all those things. I want to be my own boss next. What do I see myself doing? I want to figure out a way to monetize my YouTube channel. So right now I make a little bit off the ads, but I want to figure out a way. Maybe if I get 25,000, maybe if I can hit 50,000 ever, I'd like to be full-time helping people, full-time entrepreneur. I want to be my own boss. I like accounting. It's brought me to where I am today, but the hours are long. I just want to be my own boss somehow. I don't mind real estate. It's not as busy, but yeah, no long-term plan, but somewhere in there I have to be my own boss. American Bulldog Fit, mutual funds versus index funds, why for each? I would never do mutual funds. I would do index funds only. Mutual funds, you can only, you can only buy, you can't day trade it. You can only buy and sell once a day. The management fees are high. It is very rare that over 10 years, over 25 years, that the mutual funds can prove that they make more than just index funds. And the management fees is where most of it is. Like I recommend, if you can't beat VEQT, which is a global index, or you can't beat the S&P 500, you could choose SPY, or you could choose VSP.to. If you can't beat those, then you're kind of losing money, you're missing out. I can't find examples of over 25 years that mutual funds can consistently outperform the market. M&M Heating and Cooling, is VEQT still a good option? Also, what do you think of all bond passive ETF? Congratulations on 10K. Thank you very much. It's funny, I just mentioned VEQT. I do think it's a good option. That's a buy and hold over the long term. If you want to sell it within 1 year, you need the funds within 1 year. Don't do it. You might not make money because too much volatility. Over 10 years, 15, 20, retirement fund. I almost guarantee, unless another pandemic happens in 10 years when you want to retire, that you will make money. What do you think of all bond passive ETF? I will never do or recommend a bond ETF. If you find, I looked up some bond ETFs and the returns were like 2%, 2.5, with inflation being like 3% or even more right now. You're not making any money. I would never recommend it. You're barely breaking even. Like if you have a bond ETF, you're not making money. You're just keeping up with inflation. I don't like it. It could be good for you. I would never recommend it. Okay, Kameen ST, a lot of questions. Hello, Bassam, thank you for your videos. I especially liked your 2 videos on taxes in Canada. Thank you. I have 2 questions. For crypto and stocks, how does it work if you sell multiple times crypto stocks? Okay, so I won't break down that entire spiel, but it's basically a capital gain. If you buy and sell multiple times, they take the average. So if you bought crypto, let's say for $75, and then it went up to $100 and you sell half, so you're not gonna, you will get, let me break down an example. I'll write you an answer, but basically they take your adjusted cost base. There's never a scenario where right now you're saying in 2021, would it be tax-free? I only pay tax in 2022. That's incorrect. Every time you sell, they will calculate your average cost and you'll pay taxes every single time you sell, assuming you make money. A more general question, what province do you live in? Do you like it from a pure financial standpoint? Also, have you considered a move to the US from a pure financial standpoint? I live in Ontario. It is expensive, high taxes, but do I like it? Like all my friends and family are here, so I do like it from a financial standpoint. It is expensive, but yeah, I wouldn't move. If I did move to somewhere in the US, I would move for the taxes. If I were to retire, maybe Texas, maybe Florida, obviously to save on the taxes, and it does add up. Okay. Hugh Con Wargaming. What's the dating situation? Settling down soon. What's funny, I get a lot of emails asking me if I'm single or not, which is hilarious. I don't know if someone is, so I may or may not be dating. I kind of want to keep some mystery in my life. Settling down soon. I won't comment too much into this, but may or may not be single. Jack, best pieces of advice for people in their 20s in the GTA. Appreciate the videos. Thank you very much. Best piece of advice. Try not to spend too much on traveling when you're young. Keep your vacations cheap. Try to invest while you can. Even if you don't have a lot of money. I started investing when I had $1,200. Man, don't buy cars. A lot of people say they need a car. That's why they bought it. But answer this. Do you need it or do you want it? We have public transit. If you're anywhere near public transit, do you really need the car? If you need it for work, fine. But if you just want to drive to work because you don't like the TTC, you could be blowing a lot of money. Invest as much as you can when you're young. It will pay off 10 years down the line. Again, I started with $1,200 and I put in money every month and it has paid off. Private information. How much interest can be written off deducted if I buy shares and ETF from my home equity line of credit? Took out 100. Okay. You can run any expense incurred to earn income can be written off. So if you took out 100,000 line of credit to invest, any interest is 100% deductible. Pretty easy as that. Okay, Aman helps. Hi, congrats, see you at 25K tune. I hope so. Don't forget to send me some coins when you get there. Hey, by the way, are you allowed to do covered call and sell or buy in TFSA, but not the put, correct? How about an RRSP? Do you do option calls and put in RRSP? So you can only do a covered call in your TFSA. You can buy a put, you can't sell a put. Same in RRSP. TFSA, RRSP, treat them the same for options. You can do level 2, which is a covered call. Level 1 is buying options. You can buy options in TFSA, RRSP, and you can sell covered calls. You can't sell puts. AASS, how do you do options trading? Do you recommend any books or courses? Options trading, I learned in university. They taught, we have to take finance and accounting. So I learned the basics there. Everything else I learned from Tasty Trade. So I'll link, I'll hopefully include the link somewhere to the Tasty Trade folks. Don't do any books. If you want courses, people have been asking me for courses. I might do it, but let me send you a beginner video. this guy named, who was Project Option. Now I think he called himself Project Finance, where he has a 3-hour video for free breaking down options. I will link that or just put a snippet somewhere. Everything is available for free. Don't pay. Libu Abraham, can you suggest a strategy builder for Canadians? Strategy builder for Canadians? I don't know what that means. I'll comment asking for an explanation of what that means, and then I'll reply. Okay, June. Hi Bassam, congratulations. Thank you. Based on your options trading experience, is it a sound plan to do options trading for a living? If yes, what is the most proven option strategy? So I do think it is good to do for a living. There is no proven option strategy. You just have to play the scenario and play the stocks. So I like Strangles because you can make money on both ends, selling a call, selling a put, but it has to trade within the range. You can't trade Strangles on growth stocks like these, like if you were going to do AMC or GME, because they increase too much, so you'll lose money. If you do Apple, Nvidia, AMD, Twitter, those have all worked well for me. For the riskier stocks, I just sell cash secured puts. So if I do think they're going to shoot up, why sell a call? But I can sell puts. Yeah. Harpreet Baines. Hey, hope you're doing well. I'm wondering which trading apps is best for Hang Seng Stock Exchange in Canada. Thanks in advance. I don't trade Chinese stocks or Hong Kong stocks right now. I know BlackRock has some ETFs for it. Which trading app is best? I think let me do some research. I'll reply to your comment. Okay, Tiffany, I don't know why. I should ban you. Tiffany Alexis, one of my best friends. She's the one who got me into doing YouTube videos, so I'll link her channel, which is amazing. Why are you so handsome? What's your skincare routine? You're always glowing. I swear I didn't write these myself. Do you lift? Silly question, obviously. I can't believe this. Okay, serious question. Is there anything you would have done differently in your first home purchase? My first home purchase worked out perfectly. I bought a rental property in the suburbs that already had a basement apartment rented and already had the upstairs rented. I got a cash flow positive rental property and I bought it myself. So I got my real estate license, bought it myself. Everything worked out perfectly. I don't recommend buying a house and then paying to renovate to build it out for rentals. It just takes too much money. I don't like that. I wouldn't recommend renovating a unit for rentals because the tenants will ruin it. Don't give anyone a renovated unit. Just my advice. Jason Parker, if you don't mind my stupid questions, no stupid questions. At what point should a person, if ever, adjust focus from growth to dividends? Ever consider doing a tour of your place, or is that too personal? Okay, first question. There's no should. You don't. Growth stocks, I think over the long term will outperform dividends, but when the market tanks, dividends are good because you're still getting paid. If you're going to go from growth from your 20s to your 50s. If you're 5 years away from retirement, then maybe you want something more stable. Dividend stocks like TD Bank, like the bank stocks, some of the REITs I've shown, those are more stable. They don't go down as much during a crash, so you'll be happy, but then they don't go up as much. That's the trade-off. I would say if you're 5 years away from retirement, switch. Yeah, that's my advice. Ever doing a tour, consider doing a tour of your place. Yeah, like I wouldn't mind. Right now it's too small. Like, let me try to show you. Like I'm probably gonna move next year. I'll probably maybe do a tour of the new place. So right now I have 2 bedrooms and a bathroom that I don't use. I have all this empty space. Let me see if I could show you guys. So here is my kitchen and work setup. And then here is my personal setup. And then upstairs, you see I have a loft. Upstairs is where I used to film my old videos and where the bedrooms are. Okay, did I just ruin this? Am I stable? Okay. Shao Dizzle, what happened to the hair on your head? This is good genetics. This is all good genetics. I shave my head every morning, every single morning. Yeah. Sarah Bondi, James Bondi. Do you invest in REITs? If so, what are some you like? Last week, or a few weeks ago, I'll link to it. I did review REITs. Sorry, I think I moved this a little too far. So I do invest in REITs. I may or may not be working at a REIT right now. My favorite REITs are Northwest REIT, Choice Properties REIT, and Smart REIT. Those are the ones I recommend. I like REITs. Congratulations, RK. What's the difference between BTCCU.to and BTCCB.to? One is in Canadian dollars, one is in US dollars. I'll reply with a breakdown and a link to where you can see the exact differences. I should have read these before and researched. Salim Jahourali. Hey Bassam, what account should I start investing in, RRSP or TFSA? I'm looking to invest in ETFs every month, but I don't know what account to start with. My recommendation, always max out your TFSA first before you go into RRSP. If you make over 150,000, RRSP would pay off because of the tax deferral increases, but TFSA is the best vehicle for savings and investing that Canadians have. Always do TFSA. Fight me on it. Doa Malloy. What books would you recommend for a new real estate agent? Great question. So these aren't related to real estate, but 48 Laws of Power and Chris Voss, a book to negotiations. A lot of people don't know how to negotiate. A lot of people don't understand the mentality of people and how you can play into their mind. One of the big things where I think for sale by owner fails is that they don't know how to negotiate. What I do, always make sure the power is in your hands so you can play hardball. When I'm selling a property, usually I try to make sure the person isn't desperate to sell. When you're desperate to sell, you lose power because then you have to accept. If only one person offers, you have to accept. So when the power's in our hands, when they're not in a rush to sell, what the Chris Voss, I'm pretty sure it's Chris Voss. I'll find it. I'll put a picture of it somewhere. What I like to do is play hardball. So when someone lowballs or someone offers, they can always go up. I would reject every single time. Hopefully you're not a real estate agent watching this, offering on one of my properties. If you offer 10,000 under asking, a lot of people, what they do is they think I'm going to counteroffer with like 5,000. We meet in the middle. What I do, I reject completely. The ball is always in my court. I don't counteroffer. I don't show weakness. You need to learn just like the ABCs of negotiation, but every time when I play hardball, it always ends up in my favor. My clients always end up doing well. We don't even budge an inch. It works out. Pauline, again, hello. Hi Bassam, could you post a video on how to track your stocks, purchases, sales, and dividends? I could, like I do show in my option trades, tracking. You could just use an Excel spreadsheet, but if you're using Questrade or any other broker, they track it for you. You don't necessarily have to track it yourself. Maybe I'll do something. There's a lot of questions. Adam Toprak, what is your best financial advice for people in their 20s living in Canada? My advice, I kind of said it a little earlier. I would invest as early as you can. Don't spend on flashy things. Don't buy name brand. Don't spend too much on your vacations. You're too young to be living it up and getting gifts for yourself. I made the mistake. I gifted myself, I bought a nice car when I was young, when I got my accounting designation. Not worth it. I could have invested that money. Cars are a waste of money. Luxury cars are a waste of money. I would invest as early as you can. Don't try to, a lot of people post pictures on their social media to make their lives seem better than it actually is, but it's not. Don't get sucked into the FOMO. Maybe stay off social media. Traveling is good. I like paying for experiences, but if you go 2-3 vacations a year in your 20s, it might cost you. You could have invested that money, and in your 30s, you might be missing out on going on vacations then. So struggle when you're younger. It'll pay off when you're older. You'll be happy. How much should one contribute to their TFSA a month? As much as you can. You're only allowed to contribute $6,000 a year right now. So try to max it out if you can. But if you're be a college student, if you're a college student, make sure you don't have to pull out that money, because investing, buy and hold over the long term, you'll do well. Buying and selling, constantly taking out the money out of desperation. Only invest what you can. Make sure you don't pull it out. Regarding crypto, if one were to make a large profit from their holdings, how would one withdraw it from the CRA without the CRA knocking on the door? How they can? So this is kind of illegal. I shouldn't be saying it, but without the CRA knocking on your door. So I'll answer the second part. How is taxes calculated on that earning? Same as a capital gain, 50% tax-free goes in your pocket. The other 50% gets added to your income and then taxed at your personal tax rate. Same as a stock. How would one withdraw without CRA knocking on your door? That's very hard. If you make a lot of money going into your account, like $100,000, CRA would ask where you got it from. It's not easy for them to track you made that money, so you don't have to claim it, but that is illegal. You should be claiming all your income. One thing I've heard people doing, not me, I've heard people doing, if you make $100,000 in your crypto account, let's say off Bitcoin, if you spend that coin and buy things with it, the CRA, like the government doesn't see it hitting your bank account. They don't know you made that money because you've already spent it. It's all anonymous pretty much. So there's that. You could spend it, you could buy things with it without it hitting your bank account, and then people won't come knocking. Claim your taxes. Oh my God. Sung Hoon Kim. Hi Basim, congrats on 10K. Thank you. Thanks for the referral on Tasty Trade. I'm soaking up the knowledge with data to back it up. By the way, do you remember this video from Tasty Trade on covered call versus covered strangle? Interesting results. Would you use this strategy? Covered strangle, assuming I own the shares, I could do a covered strangle. Okay, I have to review the video and then I'll comment to you. So sorry, I can't answer your question right now. Let me review the video. I'll send you a comment. Toto Low, congrats. It's been fun learning from you. What is your favorite vacation spot? Thanks for the kind words. Thanks for the congratulations. What is your favorite vacation spot? I fell in love with northern Thailand. I like northern Thailand. Not a lot of beaches, so like the tourists aren't there. Something about it. I like the hikes. I like the mountains. It was cheap. The food was good. I got a really good feel from northern Thailand. I really enjoyed it. I would go back if I could. Okay, yeah, I think that's it. Long video. I'll try to, my camera got cut off midway through, so hopefully I can edit that properly. Thanks for asking all these questions. Thanks for tuning in. I do these videos just to break up the monotony of the channel. Sometimes I feel like I'm doing the same thing over and over again. Option trades, review stocks. I don't want it to become too monotonous, just breaking it up a little. I think I'm gonna end it here. I feel like I talk too much. If you're still here watching this video, if you're still made it this far, eventually I'm gonna have to figure out a way to monetize the channel. Like, it is a lot of work. I wanna put more effort into it. I wanna put some more money into it, like pay someone to give me some cool graphics or update my thumbnails. My thumbnails are pretty bad. I hate doing thumbnails. It's just me like pointing and staring. It is pretty weird. I use the same ones over and over again. But yeah, I'm enjoying this process. I like the whole YouTube thing. What's weird is getting recognized on the street. A few people recognize me. So that's kind of nice. What's funny is that a lot of people watch my videos, but not a lot subscribe. So 80% of my views are not from subscribers, which kind of sucks. So hopefully I can get more subs. I'm going to avoid clickbait as long as I can. I'm going to try to be as transparent and honest and helpful as I can. The questions are getting a little too much. I'm getting 40 to 60 emails a day. Eventually I'll have to stop responding. It's just too much. It takes a lot out of my day. I'm probably going to make it a Patreon or a paid subscription only. It sucks, but it is a lot of effort. Like, I get 40, 60 emails plus 30, 40 comments a day, and I do try to answer all of them. Thanks for watching. Tune in to the next one, hopefully at 25K. Thanks, guys.